Zach, have you played and contributed more than you thought you would as a true freshman to this point?
Definitely. My main goal coming in was just trying to fight to get a starting position. And in certain ways, I've kind of achieved that goal. In some ways, I haven't. I'm still working on it, but it definitely was a shock to me when I first came in, and I'm just glad that I'm here where I am now.
Have you ended up playing more at center than at guard in games?
Yeah, yeah. A little shock to me. It's new. Never done it before. But they needed someone to step up to the plate, and I was willing to do it, so that's what I did.
Do you think playing at one has helped you at the other, or does it matter? Or?
Yes, I think it definitely is like getting off the ball. As far as weight differentiation goes, you know how to support your weight on each side or where you're going to turn, stuff like that. So it helps me a lot.
Has snapping the ball been an adjustment for you after not doing it before?
In a way, kind of. I naturally know how to do it. I've never practiced it or anything, so it just kind of comes naturally. But sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes you sit down too low, the ball doesn't come out correctly, things of that sort.
Have they worked you at any other positions?
Just guard, right guard, and center. I took a couple snaps at tackle, but just mainly right, left guard, and center.
No tight end yet.
At the beginning, at the very beginning. They put me at tight end a little bit when it got the goal line, but that was about it.
Okay. How big is this experience now for you in your true freshman year, especially with just both starting guards being seniors and gone next year?
It's a big role. I'm excited for next year, and I got to be that leader that steps up to the plate and tells all the other guys, what to do and try and get them up, and get them up to par when it comes to next year and it's time to play.
Also, you did not play a lot of center before. What was the most challenging aspect of playing center?
Pass sets.
Yeah.
I think definitely trying to get off the ball and set back. You kind of feel off balance, so you got to try and learn your balance again.
I want to think you've had a couple of snaps go awry on you in games. I mean, how do you react to that? What do they tell you on the sideline?
You just kind of got to go to the next play. When you come off the field, they ask what happened, and you just tell them what happened, but you got to go to the next play. You can't think about it, and you got to know the next play because it's the next drive, and the pass is in the past now.
How are they managing things now with Allen back and back starting again and are they still trying to get you snaps in that position or how are they managing you and him at this point?
Yes, definitely. I'm taking snaps every day with Allen. We take about 50% of the snaps, and I play left guard as well, so I take about another 25 to 50%. On either side really. It just depends on the day. Some days it's more. It's more guard than it's at center, but days like today it was more center than guard. They kind of flip it off just so the plays are fresh in my head and I know what to do.
Do you like one position more than the other?
Naturally I played left guard my entire life, so it's easy for me. But trying to learn center, it makes it more fun, I guess, because it's more of a challenge for me.
Explain Coach Wharton's coaching style now that he's been able to, actually coach you guys instead of just being the quality control.
His coaching is great. He breaks down everything, breaks down the defenses, blitzes, stuff like that, things that we just wouldn't see in normal film, and he tries to help us out in every way that he can and tries to get our fundamentals correctly. So.
How does that help you guys? As he's a player that's fresh out of the NFL, so he knows all that professional experience.
Yeah, it definitely helps him being fresh out. He sees all the little things that we just don't see, and he knows the defense before they even get down. So he tries to teach us that and tries to teach us to know the defense before they even get down to get ready.
I guess someday you're going to begin to a trivia question. Who played at Somerville during Coach McKissick's last year, and who played at South Carolina during Coach Spurrier's last year? So what's it sort of been like that? Obviously, you're playing for two coaching legends like that. What's that been like being there for the last years?
I'm just grateful to be able to have them coach me. They're both legends, and I hope that Coach Spurrier is doing well wherever he is, and I hope that Coach McKissick is doing great. I actually saw him the other week. On the bye week, I went home and saw him. He's doing good, and I'm just privileged to be able to coach with them and for them to teach me things that I just would have never known.
Zach, for you guys who have 3.5 years of eligibility still remaining, how interested are you in what's happening next year? And is there a part of you that's concerned or wondering where it's going to go or anything like that? Wondering how it's going to affect you?
I think all the offensive linemen, I think we kind of sat down, especially like the freshmen, and we talked about it. And, you know, we're going to stick it out, and we're not going to go anywhere. You know, people that want to leave, you know, that's their choice, but we're going to stick it out, and we're going to do the best that we can here, and we're going to make this a great program again. You know, we're not going to let something as big as this pull us down. You know, this is just little to us, you know. We're going to have a coach, you know, we hoping it's Coach Elliott, but if it's not, it's okay, and we're just going to work hard every day, try and get better.
Was that a decision you guys labored over, or was it fairly easy to come to that?
You know, you know, obviously it's not our decision. Wait, are you talking about?
No, that you're going to stick it out.
Okay. I was talking about the coaching
Yeah,
thing. No, yeah, I think it's just all of us just kind of came together and made the decision that we're not going anywhere. And, you know, we have no need. We love it here. We love it here in South Carolina. It's a great fan base. We love our fans. You know, we just love everything about South Carolina, and there's nothing that needs to be changed about it.